Alright y'all, welcome back. It's Albert Lebel. And if you've been watching my channel for a little while, and I hope you have, I bought and picked several GERDA locks. I will leave a link to a couple of the videos down in the description section, so you can check those out also. But out of the, it was seven different GERDA locks. Now they're the best one out of the GERDA locks that I have is probably the HSS. It's a disty tender lock. Really good lock, actually. This one here is on the other end of the spectrum. Now there's a major flaw with this lock that we're going to get to, but before we get there, and I pointed out, I'm just going to show it off a little bit. And if you know locks, I want you to try and see if you can figure it out before we get to it. This is what the lock looks like. See if you can figure out the major flaw before we get to it. So here's the key to it. It does have a Yale style keyway. Lock does work like a champ. It is a block lock. It is ball bearing locking. It has a ball bearing in there that catches on there. This one is called their GERDA KZT90. It's called the Iron Line. It just says GERDA on the lock. It's got that kind of rhino liner on there, a really tough paint. It's kind of cool. But see if you can figure out the flaw before we get to it. Like I said, if you know locks, you just seen it. So let's see if we can't pick it first, and then we'll get to the major flaw. And I mean major flaw. So we're going to use bottom of keyway down here. Now these do have spool pins in them, at least the other GERDAs that I have, they've got spool pins in them. So, bottom of keyway, using a southward. Let's see if we can't get it picked real quick. 2, 4, that was 5, 5. Trying to stay in the camera. 1. Counter rotation on 3. All the way in the back. Counter rotation on 4. And the lock is open. Okay, so not too hard to pick, but I did detect spool pins, so it does definitely have spool pins in it. But did you pick out the major flaw yet? You're looking at it right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the camera in even a little bit more. And the major flaw is right here. I was absolutely floored when I realized it was actually that way. You might have seen this done before, but when the cores, when they don't have like a lip around the core, you can take something like this, a shim, a very thin piece of metal, put it right in there at the core. Check this out. And you don't even have to try hard. Watch how easy this is. I'm just going to put a little bit of pressure on that shim right there, and I'll even use the back side of this pick. I'm just going to lift the pins up one by one and scooch that in there. Just like that. And open the lock. Yeah, so major flaw. So, as the title says, I bought this one so you wouldn't have to. And so, yeah, I was very surprised by that. It didn't have that lip around the core preventing that shim attack, because that's a very weak spot. So let me know in the comments if you noticed it before I pointed it out. That'll be pretty interesting. So that's all we got for this this episode here. It's the GERDA, what did I say? KZT90. It's called their Iron Line. If anybody's interested, there it is. All right, so thank y'all so much for tuning in and watching. If you're not subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. And I want to say a big thanks to everyone for the last video I uploaded on my EDC kit. I got a lot of awesome feedback, and I am taking all of it into consideration. So Thank you very much. All right, that'll wrap it up. I bought this one so you wouldn't have to. Big Al, signing off.